Hi everyone, Emily Katz here from Modern Macrame, and today I'm going to show you how to wind a skein of yarn into a ball that's easy to use for all of your crafting projects. This material here is the daytime linen from Flax and Twine that we sell on modernmacrame.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here how to unwind this nice twisted skein into an easily used ball of yarn. So step one, the first thing you're going to do is untwist your lovely twisted hank. Here we'll take off the tag. And what's happening here is that now you have to unwind it again, and there is this top piece that is tied together, and you're going to make sure that that stays at the top while you undo this. So now you have a big loop. So you have two real ways to do this. You can use another person if you have someone at home who can help you, small hands or large hands. You just have someone hold the skein open like this, or you can use a chair. So I'm here at the Modern Macrame Studio, so we're going to use this chair right here. So you place the hank over the chair so that it doesn't get tangled or twisted. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find this spot here where the knot is tied. So this material has been woven together with this knot. It should be on both sides. So you'll find the ends here. You can use scissors or little snips. Let's see. I should get those ready next time. But you'll want to use scissors or snips to trim the ends here. So I have just these little snips, but any kind of scissor would work. So you'll take this, so you can see up close, this little section here, and you want to cut it. But make sure that when you're doing that, that you still keep this around your chair. And then the end will become illuminated. But before you have that end, you can also use your body. I just want to make sure that I am cutting the ends here, because this is just extra yarn that's twisted in. So you're gonna just make sure that that's all cut, but you don't want to let go of the center point at all. You wanna really make sure that this is tied. So what you do here is you take your end. I have my hank here wound around the back of the chair, so it's placed over the back of the chair. And I'm going to just have a couple of, I'm gonna just make a couple loops around here. So again, you make sure that this is nice and wrapped around the chair. And so what you'll do is you'll take the end of this yarn, and again, don't forget, I know it's kind of hidden in this video, but it's here. This hank is here, draped over the chair, or like I said before, you could have someone hold it for you, but you want to make sure that it doesn't get tangled. It'll just turn into a big knot. So I'm putting it over my chair. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to wind the ball. So the really important thing is that you leave this end out, because what's going to happen is this ball will be a center pull ball of yarn. So I keep this little end here out, and I just start wrapping around, kind of loosely around my hand. here like this. And again, you still see that tail. So I'm wrapping loosely. As I go, I can unwind here around this. It's definitely helpful to have a chair that's pretty wide, or you can use the back of a sofa, or like I said, if you have hands, a helper to hold it nice and taut, and they can even kind of move it as you go. It's going to be a lot simpler that way. But so you get it to about this point, you want this to be nice and loose. And then you want to take the center and you'll grab it again here. So now you have this center loop while still holding this outside. So you'll have that piece here, and now you're holding it here. So now you want to tie around like this. And again, you're keeping it pretty loose, not too tight. And make sure again that this little tail stays out of the ends. So you're just making this, and again, going around here every so often to loosen this area up. And again, you want to keep this kind of loose-ish and make sure again that this tail always stays open. So we're just winding the ball. So just so you can see here, this is how the fiber looks on the chair. So don't worry if it gets a little bit unruly. You do just want to make sure that it isn't going to get bunched up. So you'll just keep going around. And again, I'm just tying this up and weaving your ball around and around. If you get to an area that's tangled, my recommendation is always to just take a deep breath, and instead of getting frustrated, take the opportunity to untie the tangle as a bit of meditation. So as you're working, just make sure that you keep this end out while you're twisting your ball up. When you get towards the end, you can take the rest of your skein off of the chair and just slowly start to unwind it. If you, like I said, if you get to any knots, just gently pull them out before you get to your ball. There's a few in here. You just have to take your time with them. Voila. So once you get to the end of your ball, you'll have this little tail here from where you were winding it. So you want to just make sure you tuck that guy inside so you don't accidentally use it. And then when you're ready to start using your ball, you simply pull from the center. And then you'll be able to just easily pull it out. You'll want to make sure as you're working that you really go nice and slow from the very beginning so you can pull it from the center. And if you have any trouble, you want to make sure you go slow, and also make sure that you really leave it very loose at the very center so that when you pull out, it will come undone. And if you have any trouble, you can always use that tail that you tucked in. Happy knotting.